So there's a lot of news today that I don't want to talk about. You know, I do, but I don't, like Fauci and um, more of that COVID stuff. It's enough. It's enough to make your brain explode. But getting away from that for now, at least. Maybe I'll come back to it later tonight. But for now, we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates because I'm a Pirates fan. You know, for better or worse. 2021 was an embarrassment. I mean, we had some bright spots like Brian Reynolds, Adam Frazier until he got traded, and he's still bright spot. I hope somehow, some way, there's room to make him a Pirate again, but I doubt it. But yeah, going around the diamonds right now for what we got, assuming everyone stays healthy, we should be better than last year. I mean, we re-signed Yoshi, who did really good with the Pirates last year to finish out. The rest of his MLB sample size is questionable. So at $5 million, I'm kind of maybe we shouldn't have spent that much. And if you did, maybe put an option on it. But they didn't. They just got him for the 1 year. Hope he does well and trade him at the deadline probably. They signed Perez as a replacement to Stallings, who was traded at the end of the year. Brian Hayes, his bat is good. I mean, his bat's good. His speed is great. So he's going to be a contact hitter. He should be above average above average bat. But his defense is where it's at. He's going to win Gold Gloves. There's almost no doubt there as long as he stays healthy. So that's good news. Second base, Kevin Newman. He's a wild card there. His rookie year was great. He was competing for the batting title as a rookie, and then 2020 came around and he was horrible. A lot of people were. Most of the Pirates were. In 2021, it was pretty bad too, but I'm pretty sure he started coming around at the end of the year. Some, not great, but better. Cole Tucker's another one. If he can, his bat can get him in the lineup, or if he can get into the lineup, his glove will. He's one that's probably, if he was able to play every day, would probably be another Gold Glover. His talent's great. So those two, if Newman can hit or Tucker can hit, they'll be at second or short. O'Neal Cruz, I don't think he's going to stick at shortstop long term, but what we saw, he wasn't too bad. Not bad at all, actually. So I think in 2022, that's where he'll start out at the end of the season, or 23. I don't know. In the outfield, of course, you got Brian Reynolds. He's going to be a staple there until they decide to trade him, or hopefully they sign him longer term. I really like his demeanor and of course his bat. I don't know how he got nominated for Gold Glove, but he wasn't the worst at deep in the center field, but I don't think he was also the best. I mean, some of those plays he made at the end of the season or during the season looked like Andy Fans like diving after the balls and such. It's really cool, really amazing plays. They got Alfred in there. I'm not even sure he's still on the team, to be honest with you. He might be. If he is, he'll be a good guy to throw out there, at least early on, to see if he can get going again. Ben Gamel, he's not one I think should be starting every day, but he did prove to be not bad. Between him and Alfred, I think we got what would normally be a fourth outfielder, or swapping time there. Swaggerty will probably be here coming out of spring. He's another guy that's more of a defense first guy, and he's really good at it. He might actually end up at center field and Brian back over in left, which might actually be the best thing to do. Brian was pretty good in left field, and Swaggerty is a natural center fielder. So Swaggerty can hit average, and then he should be out there. As far as the bench goes, we got, I think Chavis is still there. Eric Gonzalez, I believe, is gone. I think Michael Perez is gone, but he might have came back. They got some. Besides Reynolds and Hayes, there's no huge target. I mean, nothing exciting as far as, I don't want to say exciting, because Neil Cruz is going to be something. He's going. I don't care unless he gets a real bad injury, something like Polanco and Tabata did. He's going to be probably a mainstay in right field for the Pirates the next 5 years. Not this year. I think he'll stay at shortstop this year, but I think he's going to end up in right field, especially if Swaggerty or Reynolds goes over to left, and then move Ben Gamel, if he's still here at the time, as the fourth outfielder. For me, right now, with what I'm looking at on the screen, that seems like the best setup to me for the outfield. Ideally, I would like Cole Tucker at short and Newman at second, but they need to get their bats going. They really do. If they can't do that, then they probably won't be with the team at the end of the year. At least a major league team. We made a pitcher signing, Jose Quintana. That was a great signing. $2 million for the year. He had some rough times the past couple of years, but he's one of those guys at worst will be an inning eater. And if the Pirates are not doing well, and he's not doing all that well, he should still eat a lot of innings. And $2 million for an inning eater is good. But he's also not too far away from being pretty good. So hopefully he bounces back. And if he bounces back, between him, Yoshi, and Perez, if they all do decently, and the Pirates are near 500, they might not want to trade them. But if they're not, if they're more like 450 area at the break, they'll probably be traded. I would. Not because I really want to, but it's the best thing to do. Then they got Brubacher. He should be a reasonable middle of the rotation guy. Crow, he's a back end guy. The two wild cards here are Miguel Llore. I think I pronounced that right. Will Crow and Mitch Keller. Those are wild cards right there. Keller's great. It just hasn't. He'll have like 3 innings that are lights out, and then 4th inning they're nailing him. So I don't know if he might just be a one time through the lineup guy, or if he needs to find something. He needs to mix his pitches better for the second time through the lineup. But if he can't figure that out, then he's going to be a middle reliever, and he might really excel at that. So we'll see early on. They're going to have a tight leash on him, I believe. Will Crow, he should be a quality back in the rotation. Ure should also be middle back. Contreras, though, I thought the JMO trade was kind of lopsided until I started looking at Contreras more. He's got some stuff. He's going to be exciting to watch. He has the makings of being the top of the rotation guy for any team. I wouldn't go as far as to say ace. There's really not many people that could claim that title right now, but he should be a top of the rotation guy, assuming nothing happens. So that's what we're looking at this year. There's probably going to be a bullpen signing or two, maybe another buy low pitcher. There's quite a few of them out there right now. I think they should pick up one more buy low pitcher, and then mix match the Ure, Crow, Keller, mostly to see what sticks, to see if one of them can pick it up and show their potential. So that's with what they have right now on the team. If the spring were to start today, the season were to start today. But they have a lot of stuff coming up, and this is where it gets really exciting. Henry Davis. Now, Pipeline has him coming in at 2024, and that's with the current CBA. With the Super 2 going away, there might be more incentive to bring him up sooner. And yeah, he's only had 8 pro games, all in the minors and rookie and A+. But I mean, look at this. On base percentage, 380, 87 on a really small sample size. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Yeah, I mean, is this going to be what he does when he gets to the majors? I don't know. But it was really good. I don't see him not starting at Double-A coming out of spring. And I have doubts he's going to be there very long. His defense is what's going to hold him back. If he can't, his defense in college actually took a huge jump his final season there. And if that continues, or if it's just not bad, there's not and assuming the CBA changes and the Super 2 thing goes out the window, he might actually see time this year at the end of the season, September call-ups. That's if things go right. I mean, he may not. It's more than likely he won't, but I definitely see him being in AAA by the end of the season. To be in spring in 23. Priester, he's another one. Now, he's not without his own issues, but he's also looking really good. I mean, he's still an A+ ball. He's going to be a while. I mean, it's just not much else you could say. They say 23. I'd say that's probably about right. Him coming up, maybe, depending on how the team's doing, you might see him in the at the end of the season. I'm sure you'll see him in the spring with a pro MLB team at least once or twice, and possibly September. Maybe he'll get a game to start, and then they'll seriously look at him in 2023. Depending on the CBA, will determine that. But yeah, I don't see him not before 23. Not before 23. O'Neal Cruz, we talked about him. He made it, and he's going to be on the team coming out of next season. Nick Gonzalez, he's another one. He made it to A+ ball. He'll be at least in Double-A next year. Look at this: 80 games, 385 on base, 302 average, 18 home runs. I can picture him being a Neil Walker type, solid defense, solid plus defense, with a plus bat. I can definitely see that. The only difference is he's a right-hander only. We'll see him sometime this season, maybe sooner than later, depending on the CBA. But he's not going to be a staple this season. He will be in 23 though. I'm 90% sure, unless he gets hurt or something, or a big setback, he'll be on the MLB team coming out of spring in 23. I can't pronounce his name. Piegro. He made some time this year. He's going to be fighting Cruz for that shortstop position. He's good. I don't want to say he's great, but he's good. He'll. I don't know if he'll come out on the team in the spring after spring, but I envision him coming to be seeing more games in 2022. Yeah. I don't know if he actually got any at bats in this year. Contreras, of course. We talked about him too. He's going to be a beast. Yeah. He's not going to be here for years. Bubba's not going to be. Bubba's going to be interesting if he stays a two-way player or not. Marcano, I am not too thrilled with what he might bring. He just hasn't shown much of a bat in the majors. In the minors, he doesn't do too bad. So if they can catch that magic again, he might be there. Mayo Dasinski. See, I love going through this because I get to expand my pronunciation a little bit. He'll probably see a little bit of time this year. I don't know. Where did he get? He got the AAA last year. So he might see some time with the MLB team in spring, but I don't see him maybe September getting a few innings. Let's see. Hudson Head, he's going to be good too, but it's going to be a while. Swaggerty, of course, we'll see him. Again, his glove is what's going to get him going. Mason Martin. This is one, they didn't put him on the 40-man. Thankfully, the Rule 5 hasn't happened yet, and hopefully they change the rules so we can keep Martin. Somebody's going to pick him up. I mean, in 2019, he had 32 home runs. Or I'm sorry, 35 home runs. In 2021, he had 25 home runs. This guy's a beast. His average is low, and his strikeout rate's really high. I was telling somebody, I think it was on Trade Rumors, that think of him as Piegro, only with a better glove. Strikes out a lot, great power. He doesn't have a great average because he strikes out all the time. But yeah, Piegro with a glove, basically. That'll be huge if they can hold on to him. Because I mean, look, I know it's minor league stats, but just look. 35 home runs, 129 RBIs. I can't imagine why he hasn't been on the MLB team yet. He must be doing something that no one likes, is the only thing I could figure. I don't know. I don't know. There's something going on with him. He should have been in the majors last year. At least in September. So something's going on there. Kyle Mitchell, he should probably be with the team. He's another one that's got some power. He'll probably be. He might actually come out of spring, depending on what Alfred does. He's a power guy. So what did he do in the minors here? He's nowhere near Martin, but he does have a better on base. No, not really. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. His average is decent. He must strike out a lot. Yeah, he does. Well, he did bring that down quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. He seems pretty steady here, so maybe he will get some time, possibly come out of spring. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what he does. Let's see. We got a lot of middle infielders. Bay will probably be here this year. Guy's fast, contact hitter. What did? Oh yeah, he'll be. Where's he at now? AAA, AA. At worst, he'll start in AAA next year. Yeah. How old is he? 22. Okay, so, yeah, I could see him being here at the end of 22. Yep, I got the. Let's see if I can get rid of this camera. There we go. Frazier, Yore's already here. Cruz, I'm pretty sure he was one of those, another wild card that probably will end up in the pen. Yeah, looks like he'll probably end up in the pen. Well, let's see. Is this double A or triple A? Double A. We'll see how he does next year. He has a shot. He has a shot. We have a lot of pitchers coming up that are likely they have mid back of the rotation type stuff, and not much top of the rotation. Like Keller could be, but that's probably not going to happen. So the outlook for the Pirates is really good, really good. 2022 probably not really, but it's a setup for 23. We'll have, assuming Davis gets some time this year, he'll probably. It all depends on the CBA and what happens after the lockout. If Super 2 is gone, I see a lot of these guys coming up sooner than later. Gonzalez, Davis, we got Cruz, Priester. Piegro goes pretty much here. Contreras is here. Salamanto and Chandler, Solomedo, and Chandler, they're going to be a while. Chandler's going to be fun to watch. The head might not be too far behind. Thomas. Forgot about Thomas. He's got some stuff too, if I remember. Oh, he did horrible last year. Oops, wrong window. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening. It's a little depressing right now. But between Neil Huntington, when he pretty much decided to stop the window, that kind of started when Cutchin was traded. He picked up some decent prospects, and then when Ben came in, we filled the farm. I mean, the farm was getting pretty good anyway, but we filled it, and we're set up pretty good for a 23 run. Maybe not the series, but a 23 run. The big thing I have is we got to keep Mason Martin. We just don't have that kind of power anywhere on the roster that I know of. At least not in the prospects list, and not on the MLB term right now. Except for maybe Yoshi, he might be able to do something there. And by power, I mean like 30, 40 home run type guy, not like 20 to 30. Like Brian Reynolds probably is 20, 30 home run type guy. So yeah, we're set up pretty good for the future. It's just hopefully that future comes here before I die, because I'd really like to see another playoff team. Even if we don't win the series, our window should be pretty big to give us at least a good 4 or 5 years. So yeah, we're set up pretty good. I'm not happy, but I'm very optimistic for 23. And really, quite honestly, if they make a couple decent signings and those signings work out, like maybe an outfielder, maybe a second baseman in case Newman falls, and a couple pitchers, and we already got Quintana. If we pick up one, rebound type pitcher, there's an off chance they might do decent, like better than not bad, closer to the 500 than the 400 mark, So, playoff team? Probably not unless they include half the league in the wild card, which I hope they don't do. I hope they don't expand the wild card anymore, or the playoffs any longer. But yeah, 500 would be a decent possibility if the stars align. Newman comes back, Cole finds his bat. They figure out the outfield, so they have, and no one gets hurt. So the stars align, they could be a 500 team. If it goes as expected, probably more like a 450 team, with showing a promise for 23. So that's it. I'll probably do another probably do a Pirates video pretty often because I'm a baseball fan, and um, yeah, once the lockout ends, there'll be a lot of moving around. I'll probably do a lot more videos on the Pirates. So yeah, that's it for this. I might. I just saw something pop up about the hospital rates for the disease that's going around right now. So I'm going to look at that and maybe do a video on that, depending on how mad I get. If I get really mad, I'm definitely going to do a video. If I don't get mad, then I won't. I think I mentioned something about it last night too on my other videos. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, let's go Bucks.